And Ricky Patel will be the first. No, I don't think he'll be because he's in the US.
We are live.
And we are live. Ooh, double header day, folks, today. Double header. First game, Mumbai versus Lucknow. And after that, it's the big one. Delhi versus Bengaluru. Two very volatile teams. Mumbai Indians have the wooden spoon. Yay for Chennai Super Kings fans. With no wins in 5 games. Lucknow, on the other hand, are right in the middle of the battle for top 4, I must say, Shane. So, it's a very interesting situation now. Gujarat Titans are at the top with 8 points. Kolkata could have made it at the top, but yes, they lost to Sunrisers Hyderabad yesterday.
True.
So, we have 6 teams on 6 points and 1 is on 8. So, boys and girls, this IPL is really becoming a very big conundrum as to which team will go on top. Why Mumbai Indians can't play David by dropping bowler? He can bowl at power play. Brevis Pollard can also chip in over. Super Giants has opened the chat. And Harsh Padalia saying, hello guys, hello back to you.
Hi, hello Harshad.
It's a Super Saturday, tomorrow will be Super Sunday. So, yep. Super Giants is like, let me just sum up what is applied to the Mumbai Indians currently at this point in time. They are not in new territory, by the way. In 2014, they lost 5 games. They somehow made it to the playoffs. In 2015, they lost 4 out of 4 games. In fact, they only won 1 game out of 6. Yet they won the title. So they are in that zone now where Mumbai Indians can be Mumbai Indians at this point in time, show off their Kaduspan. Kaduspan meaning the aggressive brand of cricket that Mumbaikars play. And if you have to look at it, this is the territory. Today, they may give a debut to somebody called Riley Meredith. That's the pre-match talk that we are getting, that Riley Meredith might be handed a debut.
So basically, there was a lot of hype around whether Arjun Tendulkar might be getting a game, and they're bringing in another left armer just to troll all of us.
Yes.
But, that's the thing. We were talking about Mumbai and their propensity or their passion for kind of turning things around at the last minute. Honestly, I don't see this current Mumbai team being able to do it. Those previous teams were full of quality and it was just evident that they had a bad run of the draw. And that happens. I mean, all teams end up going through a slump in form at some time. But starting off with a slump like that, and the problem with Mumbai is they haven't actually found a combination that works for them.
Yep.
That's the thing. That is what is worrisome. And honestly, when you look at who it is that they have, I don't see them. There's no game changer waiting. There's no change in formula that might they might win a few here or there, but honestly, I think we called it that they're out of playoff contention. And
but again, if you have to look at it, Shane, in that previous game against Punjab Kings, those 2 runouts changed the entire course of the game. In Pollard's runout effectively sealed the deal, but even Surya was run out, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or
no,
he was
Surya was dismissed by
who was run out then?
There was another
run out. So those 2 runouts changed the entire equation. So Tilak Varma. So yes, Surya was managing things on his own. So Surya Kumar, if you have to look at it, Surya Kumar, Tilak Varma, Devald Brevis, Kyron Pollard. Actually, that middle order looks formidable. But yes, they haven't fired. Clicked.
And I think a lot of that even does come down to Pollard's form or lack thereof. Because I think, last game there was a lot of spotlight on him because he got run out. What is the main problem with him getting run out was that he was not trying to run a second when it was clearly on.
Yes.
You can't be, as a senior player, just holding your hand up and then not making an effort when you're chasing and I don't think the target against Punjab Kings was especially massive.
Yeah.
At times like that, converting 1s to 2s and 2s to 3s makes a lot of difference. And that was a clear 2, everyone knew it. So, and the thing is that normally with Pollard, if he doesn't run as much, he's going to make up for it with, say, boundaries and 6s. But he's not really clicked with the bat.
That has not clicked. So again, this match, Mumbai versus Lucknow, will be played on that strip where Mumbai played against Delhi Capitals, and we all knew what happened.
That was a very
high-scoring game, but at the same time, Delhi chased it down.
Very easily.
But
I think that's also an indictment of the Mumbai bowlers as much as anything else.
Well, the introduction of Riley Meredith, if it happens, because see, Sams has not fired.
Yeah.
That is the worst part. And on top of that, even Mills probably is injured or is not full fitness. So your bowling lineup is just based on Bumrah alone. The backups are not firing. Unad Kut is not firing. Basil Thampi is not firing. So Mumbai have a conundrum, massive conundrum. But as far as if you look at the Lucknow Super Giants is concerned, wow, everything is like cut.
Yeah, the only problem which they had in the last game was, of course, their,
Okay, so breaking news: Fabian Allen is making his
Oh,
debut.
Fabian Allen.
Gun fielder, decent bowler. So yes, they may have to shore up on their spin a bit because again, Murugan Ashwin needs some backup. So
Yeah.
ah.
Of course, they would have a West Indian hand, a West Indian in the cap.
Kyron Pollard, one of the two West Indians and one of the two players in the history of the T20 format to play 500 games.
I mean, there's a couple of questions here. So you have Ganpat Parmar. Sir, today Arjun is playing or not? Please bataiye. I mean, they've only handed out one cap till this point and that's gone to Fabian Allen. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tendulkar has not yet made his MI debut.
Nope.
So, okay, yeah.
So Sachin Tendulkar's son Arjun Tendulkar is not playing.
And Aryan Nitani also is super excited to see Arjun if he got to play. Well, he's not going to get to play now.
He's not got the cap.
He's not been handed a cap. But Fabian Allen, that actually kills two birds with one stone because he can contribute with the bat. He would be a decent person to, I don't know, maybe build up some pressure and take some of the pressure off Murugan Ashwin, who's gotten wickets but also gone for runs.
Gone for runs, yeah. But Allen's fielding makes him a different beast altogether if you have to look at
Yes,
it.
that is
He's a
true.
gun fielder.
That is
but
true.
if you have to look at Mumbai Indians' problems, Lucknow Super Giants on the other hand do not seem to be having that much of problems. I mean, you've got the two best white ball openers in world cricket in KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock. And on top of that, even their youngsters, Deepak Hooda has done really well. Even baby AB, Ayush Badoni. It's a clash of two baby ABs, by the way.
Oh my god.
Deval Bravis and Ayush Badoni. Who's the better AB among them? Let's see. So Ayush Badoni is there. Then even the lower order has chipped in. Jason Holder, Marcus Stoinis, Krishnappa Gautam. But Lucknow Super Giants shot themselves in the foot by having a Bradmanesque approach to batting in the game against Rajasthan Royals. Backfired spectacularly. And I hope they don't make that same mistake again. But their number 3 is a bit of a wobble. They don't have Manish Pandey. So who comes in at 3?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think that is one of the reasons why last time we saw them experiment with the middle order. There's no set 3 in that regard. I mean, we talk about the likes of Hooda firing, but Hooda normally comes in at 5.
Yes.
And he's done very well there, full credit to him. I think finally after years we're seeing Deepak Hooda fulfill his potential as a lower order kind of, hitter who can bowl a bit, feels okay. He's done very well.
Plus Krunal. We forgot Krunal Pandya.
Krunal, of course, has done very, very well for Lucknow. Yeah, the number 3 part is a problem, but I think that's still a small problem in the grand scheme of things as of now. It's not really affected their form as much. In fact, if you look at that last game, the only reason they didn't win was because they decided to, as you said, they shot themselves in the foot. They tried to have that weird approach of throwing the bowlers off their game. They ended up throwing themselves off their game.
Yes.
So, and okay, one quick question, and I think I should take this. Dipesh Mittal asks, where is Nikhil, sir?
Everybody's asking,
Right
there
on
he is. Right on cue.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Is,
RCB.
Please give him the RCB jersey.
so a lot of people were commenting that we don't have
The RCB jersey.
RCB jersey
And the
now we
RR
do.
jersey.
and the RR jerseys.
And give it to one of the producers.
No, you should wear that. Look to the back here. RR jersey. Thank you very much.
See, RCB jersey I will wear because today it's DC. And I think RCB hold the edge.
Yes, they do.
So I will
Oh,
wear
the
it.
RCB jersey.
Yes.
Exactly.
Look, people are really having plenty of misconceptions about me, guys. I'm not a Kattarwadi, if I may say. I like RCB.
You said-
RCB.
I
Yeah,
always say
started to
RCB.
defend himself.
You said anybody but RCB. You said you will pick anyone.
But
you're in
so far
Sunrisers Hyderabad colours though.
Yeah.
Celebrating their victory.
Of course.
Samson?
See, again, I got outnumbered 2-on-2. So, yes.
Samsung is captain.
So,
Put this there also.
Nikhil, the latest update is Fabian Allen is making his debut for the Mumbai Indians.
Very nice. I was wondering. Show
Yeah.
up the.
Showed off.
Whose name is
Oh,
that?
yes. Virat. Naam hi kafi hai. Indeed.
Because a lot of people were pointing out that why is there no Virat Kohli jersey?
Yeah.
So, we don't have a KKR jersey only.
Yeah.
That's it.
KKR, yes.
Yes.
But
Because-
see, that's the thing. We're ordering them, and how long it takes to come, and it's not entirely on us, unfortunately.
Yes.
If it were up to us, we'd have every one of them filled every single time.
Yeah.
But
So, guys, on the last 3 days, you're asking, where is Nikhil? Where's Nikhil? He's right here in the studio.
3
from
days,
the
nahi,
hill.
2 days.
2 days. Aaj bhi, they're asking.
today also they're asking for you. So
So I'm here
So, Nikhil likes
enjoying the polluted air.
enjoying.
and the heat.
Can't say enjoying.
Exactly.
But, yeah,
So yes,
making do with the polluted air.
Look, Nikhil likes to make a dramatic entry, guys. So that's why
Yeah.
we had to not answer that question. When we answered it, he came.
But
Just as well.
how does it matter whether I'm sitting here or coming online? Our family members anyway meet us online. It's not like we have a live audience.
But the difference is, I think, last 2 days they've been singing on Zoom, and we had
Zoom,
said that
yeah.
you're going to be back today, and then it's just two
I
of
promised.
us. So
Yes.
yeah,
yes.
and Siddhant is not here.
Siddhant is
Siddhant
off.
is enjoying his
Lucknow,
day
he'll
off.
cheer Lucknow from home.
Yes,
Yeah.
today his team is playing.
His team is playing, yes. So
Lucknow
Mumbai
Super
Indians have handed a debut to Fabian Allen, so that means no other caps. So Arjun Tendulkar is not playing.
That was one.
Yes.
Big buzz on social media. People said, have they left a cryptic message on their social media
They
feed?
fooled all of
And
us.
also said that Sara Tendulkar replied to it and all of
Yeah.
that. But
By the way, there's a question for you from Bapaditya Karan. He's asking, are you from APS Dakshai? I have studied there too. Just came to know from someone that you're an esteemed alumni from this great
yes,
school.
I am.
My goodness.
That's
Wow.
lovely to know, Bapaditya. Now, what took you to London?
Yes.
He'd like
That's why I
to
go to
know.
the hills, because I studied in the hills.
Right.
Yeah, I was a boarding school in the hills. Very nice. Is the iris less or is the screen like that?
Oh, it's the screen, I
No, I think the iris, the exposure is less.
Exposure with the yeah.
But usually the screen is fine. Why is?
Ah.
Actually, since like the couple of days that you've gone here, they've changed the lights also.
Yeah, see.
What has been happening in the world of sport apart from IPL? What happened?
IPL, well, yesterday it was a big COVID scare we had in the Delhi Capitals
Yes.
team. Patrick Fahart tested
Correct.
positive, but no players apparently have tested positive. So
We'd
the
have
game
got
will
to
go
find out.
ahead. The protocols were talked about as to
Yeah.
if you have 13 fit players, the game will go on. But if there are less than 12 players,
Then they could be rescheduling
Then-
and stuff.
yes, the game will be played. The efforts have been made to ensure no game is cancelled or rescheduled. That is the maximum effort. And on top of that, Deepak Chahar, what we predicted 3-4 days ago, finally he's been officially ruled out.
Yeah, we had already reported that. on
Yes,
Sports
we
Today.
had already said who are the replacements that can come.
Yeah.
By the way, apart from this, on Sunday, there is a big speculation from the CSK fan base that an announcement will be made of the replacement for Deepak
Deepak
Chahar. Yes.
No announcement regarding MS Dhoni, I'm guessing.
No. MS Dhoni
He
is
will announce that on
eternal.
his own terms. whenever
He's
he has-
eternal.
No,
He's father
you know
time.
that announcement could be on his own terms on that day, na?
Then in that case, even probably the Chennai people also won't know.
Yeah, I really. Dhoni, see, the day he made that announcement on Instagram,
Yeah.
in just 16 words,
Yeah.
I consider myself retired. I felt this guy is a different beast altogether.
Yeah, he
You see, there was symbolism in those 16 words, 16 words, 16 years of his career.
You know, somebody.
2004 to
Actually,
2020.
there were a lot of these connections made on social media, but I remember him or somebody clarifying that there was
nothing.
no such
Nothing
thought
like
given.
No, the only thing I remember about that date was Independence Day 2020.
Yeah.
I was just getting off my shift, and that news breaks. And then
So
it's
did
like,
a
oh
double
God,
shift.
3 more hours.
I feel for Suresh
That's
Raina.
it?
I feel
Had he
for
been here, would have done 12 more hours. Easily.
But I feel for Suresh Raina. He also knows no one asked about me, guys.
Nikhil,
Yeah.
you remember that day when we were about to wrap up our shift and
Shane Warne happened, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why lucky Shane wasn't around. Not 3.
Oh, good.
I
God.
was coming from Gorakhpur to Delhi,
Yeah.
and on the train I was sitting at guys, Shane Warne is no more. I said, what? It must be fake news. Please
Yeah, it was.
double check
We were
it.
all hoping for that same day.
No, but unfortunately
No,
it was not. And
yes.
one more news, Nikhil. This match has been played on that same pitch where MI-DC took place. MI versus
Where
Delhi
DC had
Capitals, the
chased them
first game.
178.
And they chased 177. And apart from that, Pakistan, what a bumper home summer they're having.
Yeah.
New Zealand are coming over. England are playing a 7-match T20I series.
I don't remember the last time a 7-match ODI series happened, and I'm talking about if I go way back. It was almost
2002, India versus New Zealand, where New Zealand hammered India 5-2. There was so much hype, but in the ODI series 4-0, 10-second ad breaks. The National Bank series, that's it.
This was the year. This was just before the World Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember.
Yes. So,
Harshit Padalia, my holiday was amazing. It was just a quick, what do you call, pick up and drop.
pick up and
Yeah, I went quickly and I came back
Yes.
very quickly.
Indeed.
But I consider this also as a holiday. I mean, sitting here chatting with you guys is no
Yep.
less of a holiday, and I love my weekends being here.
And Mumbai Indians have won the toss. And what are they going to do? I
Bowl.
hope no bat. They have to bat. It's
Sanil
just-
Kulkarni makes an interesting comment. It's Krunal and Deacock versus Mumbai Indians.
Yes.
Every day.
Two former.
Nothing is saying 12 players have made their debut for Mumbai Indian this year. Is that
Yes.
correct? 12?
Oh.
Unadkat, Mills, Sams, and Fabian Allen will make his debut today.
That's only 4.
That's for Devol Bravis.
Tim David.
Yeah, Tim David, 6.
Yeah.
I can think of only
Tilak.
Basil Tampi, Tilak Verma.
That's 8.
That's 8. Then
Drop the other 4 names in the comments.
Tamil Mills.
I mentioned Mills.
You mentioned.
I mentioned
Oh, well, okay.
Murugan Ashwin,
Murugan Ashwin.
9.
Anmol.
Anmol Preet,
10.
that's 10.
Tim David, did you count?
We
Yeah,
counted Tim
him.
David.
Tilak, we already
We
counted.
counted.
Yeah, Jofra next year he'll make his debut, man. Not this
Yeah,
year.
I think, but-
so 11. That might be counted as 11.
Even then.
We played Anmol
We-
Preet. No, Ramandeep
Oh,
has not
that's
yet
11.
played.
That's 7.
Yeah, Ramandeep hasn't played yet. That's it. Riley Meredith was expected to play, but then no, he's not
But
playing.
even then, 11 debutants.
Yeah.
Hrithik Shokeen hasn't
But
played.
that's fine because that's also
Mega
because
option.
a lot of people have switched teams and
Yeah.
then they are playing. So
yeah,
I think
26
that's
on
fine.
26 chose to bowl. 26
Yeah,
on
plus
26.
the other thing is what we saw last time around was the fact that Mumbai Indians weren't great at the auction table. So I'm not
Yep.
surprised they got so many people to debut. But the guy that they should have persisted with, and I'm really surprised, they paid what 8.5, almost 8.5 crore for David.
And he's not
and
playing
you
today.
gave him 2 games and you didn't play him after that.
Yeah.
So
he's
that
still
was
not
surprising.
playing
Still
today.
not playing.
The 4 overseas guys are Taimal, Fabian Allen, and Kyron Pollard and Devol Bravis.
No, at least they've got 4
4 this
overseas
time.
guys, which
Yeah,
wasn't the
I know.
case previously. So that is good. At least 4 overseas guys have been played. Fabian Allen, we'd been saying for a long time. They
Today
should
it's
have
the
played.
clash of the 2 baby ABs. Devol Bravis and Ayush Badoni. He's also AB.
You have made him baby AB.
But he's AB. He's still baby AB.
Because of Ayush Badoni.
See, there are actually 3 ABs for me. There is AB Tewatia.
Arey, yeah.
Come on, he's a
Forgot
miracle
about
maker, AB Tewatia. He can end Jamaicans' careers like Randy Orton, legend killer. He can be a
Yeah,
Jamaican
he's that.
killer.
He's that, pretty much.
Who is that?
A WWE wrestler,
WWE reference.
the RKO. And let's see what happened with KL.
No,
KL
I want to see
Rahul.
what. I doubt LSG will make too many changes. If
Nah, I think
they're
they'll
very
keep
settled.
the same
Very
team.
settled.
They'll
They just again, it's always down to
Oh,
we
one
have
change.
one change now. What is there one change?
Sarat Chandra Yalamarthi. Please take his name. He's saying, why don't you take his name?
Hello, Mr. Yalamarthi.
Sarat Chandra, there.
Wow.
If you have a question, do send it.
It's like a Bengali intellectual and typical Hyderabad rock star name.
Gautam Mishra, Manish Pandey comes in.
Oh!
Well, there's the number 3.
Yes, we are discussing that LSG's number 3 seems a bit dodgy because that's what made them that change. That
Yeah.
Bradman's change in the game against RR, it backfired. But dropping Krishnappa Gautam.
See, they have enough firepower. A. B. Gautam's bowling was doing nothing. No, actually, he bowled really well.
He bowled really well. It might be a slow wicket. I think.
Yeah. So then, but then, do they? Who are the other? This
See,
one?
they have Ravi Bishnoi. They
Yeah.
have Krunal Pandya as their 2 spinners.
and Huda.
Huda. So yeah.
I think they have enough options there. Then
Chamira, Holder, Avesh are your 3 pacers.
yes.
And you've got Ravi Bishnoi and Krunal Pandya.
And don't forget
Deepak
Deepak.
Huda.
So
will
again,
be-
yeah, I think I don't.
Marcus
think
Stoinis.
Stoinis himself will bowl a few cutters here or there. So lot
Yeah.
of bowling and a lot of batting
But LSG look the stronger team on paper.
by some distance.
Yep.
By some distance.
See, if you want to look at the 2015 analogy, that like they're all saying that Mumbai lost 5 out of their first 6 games. Rohit had played a major hand in that. And in this match, Rohit needs to fire. Because he has shown glimpses. He's hit a 11 ball 26, he's hit a 15 ball 30, I guess, in one game. But he has to show much more.
Him and I would argue there's more pressure on Kishan. Really been struggling the past 3 games. A lot at the top of the order.
15
Just has not fired at all.
15.
Who's Lucknow's number 3? Is it Manish Pandey
Manish
or is
Pandey.
it Marcus Stoinis?
I think it will be Manish,
Manish.
Pandey.
It'll be Manish.
Because Stoinis will give you that impetus down at the.
And that
Death
was what they were
overs.
saying last time. That they see him as their lower order hitter. So
But
Yep.
he's batted higher up for
He has batted
BC.
higher up, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I think even for
Wonder
Australia.
whether- I think that they are going to be a bit flexible on that front. Maybe if they lose a wicket
Yep.
early, then maybe Manish Pandey comes in.
Yeah,
but if the
stabilize
wicket,
the innings, yeah.
if there's a good partnership up top,
Then you
then
can send
maybe
in.
you send in someone like Marcus Stoinis
Marcus
ahead.
Stoinis,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I think Deepak Huda will come behind. Manish
Yeah, for
Pandey.
sure,
Yeah.
for
So
sure. for
that's
sure.
the way. But look at the batting. I mean, they sent even Jason Holder at number 4.
Exactly.
So they could do anything. But that's the kind of options Lucknow Super Giants have. And that is why we said that this is one of the most stronger teams.
Yeah.
Chamira and Avesh just need to step up a bit
Yeah.
in terms of the. I mean, they've not been bad either.
Yeah.
But for them to be a standout team, I don't think batting is a problem for them. It's their bowling.
Deepak is a left-hander, right? So Deepak Huda is a left-handed batsman.
No,
right?
no,
righty.
right.
So 1, 2, 3. Ayush Badoni is
Righty.
Righty again.
They don't have, apart from Quinton, they have no one as a left-hander
Yeah,
in the team.
Krunal.
Krunal,
And
but will they
Krunal.
push Krunal to 3 if
Yeah,
Quinton
highly
falls?
doubt,
No.
highly doubt.
No, they.
I
they
don't think
won't.
they're going to be doing the left-hand, right-hand combination.
Yeah, I
thing.
think they are pretty confident because Fabian Allen is your one spinner, Murugan Ashwin, so there's no off spinner in the side. There's a left arm orthodox and a leg spinner.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd be wanting to have an off spinner right now full time.
Nah,
Not
they don't
in-
have any left-handers at all. That's the thing.
Yeah, and Mumbai in fact have quite a fair few, you would say.
Ishan,
Ishan, you
then
have.
then Unadkat is a left-arm bowler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Only Ishan.
Do you
And
think,
Allen, right? No?
That opening competition failing for Mumbai is the result that they are on this. At this
But last time they got start,
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma is much like Virat Kohli, getting starts but not really getting big totals.
scores.
Big
Yeah.
scores.
Ishan Kishan, I think the pressure. I was listening to Shane Watson's comment, and he said that there was no way that they should have spent the entire money on Ishan Kishan. He wasn't worth that kind of money, and it works, adversely two ways. One, that pressure also in Ishan Kishan. On Ishan itself, firstly, of course, because they ran out of funds as to, then have an all-round squad, which we saw at the auction. Secondly, I mean, imagine that kind of pressure on Ishan Kishan to live up to that billing, that the kind of money that he is being paid. That is going to be, again, for Devol Brevis, lots of talk, and I'm really looking forward to him because he looks very good. But last game, all his runs or big runs came against spinners. I want to see what he does against fast bowling. Quite similar to, again, not like for like, but Shreyas Iyer as well. You see that he gets his, quick runs when it's medium pacers or when it's spinners on, and Shreyas is outstanding against spinners. But it's against some genuine quick pace bowlers that he tends to struggle. Devil Brevis, we haven't seen much of him against fast bowling, but his strike rate against fast bowling, that is something that I will keep a keen eye on.
In fact, in the Under-19 World Cup, Brevis scored majority of his runs in the slow pitches in the Caribbean against spin. Especially in the games against Sri Lanka, especially in the games against England.
And overall, his strike rate in that World Cup was 90.
90.
Yeah,
That's
which was an outstanding.
outstanding.
And out of that, all of those, as you said, majority of those quick runs that he may have got came against spinners. So, so even that is sort of a reference point that you can have. Against fast bowler, does he get you quick runs? Tilak Verma, I'd send him higher than this.
Yeah, indeed.
He's looked far better.
He looks like a rarity like Brevis.
Yeah.
Great against spin, but kind of 50-50 against pace. He's an anti-South African in that matter though. Because Callis, I think, was the only guy who was good against both.
Yes.
And Graham Smith struggled only against Zahir Khan. That was enough to ruin his career.
Cullinan could score against fast bowlers.
Cullinan
but
couldn't
when
score against
spinners-
Vaughan, the
Shane
great
Warne.
Shane Warne. Yes.
Bunny of Shane Warne.
And the send-offs that he used to give, my God.
Yeah.
So, Cullinan was shattered.
The lone bright spot in that Mumbai Indians team, Surya Kumar Yadav, has been outstanding.
I still don't get why they're playing him at 5.
Yeah, I think they need to
Because
send him
when
up.
they won the 2019 and 2020 campaigns, he was batting at 4.
Yeah, he's best at a 3 or 4.
But again, that's the foolishness that you make in not retaining De Kock. Because look at the batting you had in those title-winning seasons. Rohit, De Kock, Ishan at 3, Surya Kumar at 4, the Pandya brothers at 5 and 7, and Pollard. That was a dream batting line. And today, Quinton might make Mumbai pay. Former clubs, the trend is going on. Former clubs.
The players are playing against their teams.
Rahul Tripathi
They're performing.
hurt KKR. Kuldeep hurt KKR. And today, Quinton might hurt Mumbai.
You've picked Karen Pollard in the video that we did as the greatest overseas player to play in the IPL.
I think
He needs to step up.
The
Yes.
jinx which he had for predictions is gone. But ever since the Pollard videos come out,
Yeah.
his form is nosedive.
No, Pollard was
Pollard
pretty
was bad even before that video
Before.
came out. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Even before that video
He's
came
actually
out.
had a pretty poor season.
we can
all things
actually do
considered.
this
He
thing.
needs to step up.
People who have been bought for say over say 10 crores,
Yeah.
have they managed to set the IPL on fire? When was the last time somebody over 10 crores did really well in the IPL? Maybe, see, Chris Morris didn't do much.
Oh, he didn't do much.
Pat
He
Cummins,
retired
when he was
already.
about 15.5, didn't
Did
do
nothing
much.
much, no.
Ishan struggling so far. Maybe Ben Stokes or Jaidev Unadkat in 2017.
For RPS.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ben Stokes was injured.
Just open
No,
the Lucknow
2017
squad,
wasn't
please.
injured.
Lucknow squad.
Yeah.
I'll take a few questions. Bappaditya is here because
Yeah.
I asked him what took him to London. So Bappaditya is a regular watcher. He says Amazon took him from India to London. He says, don't you think dropping Polly for Tim David would have been better? Also Pollard for Tim David. I don't think you can drop Pollard. No, I don't
They had
think.
done it in the past, though, you know.
Yeah, but Pollard is too big a X-factor player to drop because he
plus
can
if Rohit gets
contribute with
injured-
the bat and ball. What I would like for them to do is to utilize Karan Pollard a bit more with the ball.
Yeah.
I think he can come good there and then strengthen your batting a bit. Last time you dropped David and then got a bowler in. Even now you've got Fabian
Yeah.
Allen in, who is a kind of an all-rounder, but I think he's a more of a
Primarily a
bowling
bowler.
all-rounder. So
And I think
your
Pollard's,
batting then ends up looking.
Pollard's
great.
confidence with the ball took a hammering when Shimron Hetmeyer went after him in the RR game.
RR game,
He
right.
hit 2 sixes and 2 fours in that over.
One over.
So I think but he bowled in the death, and Pollard is not your death bowler.
Not at all.
Please.
They need to be using him better. He was never, again, as you say, a depth
Warner,
bowler.
David Warner was one of the contenders for the best
Lucknow
overseas
squad.
player ever.
Overall.
squad.
So Rashi Agarwal has a question. Is Lucknow's fast bowling their weakness and how can they strengthen it? That is something that we pointed out, that bowling is the area. You look at that bowling, especially fast bowling, you look at their batting and it's top notch.
Yep.
In bowling, you would expect someone like an Avesh to really step up, Chamira to step up. Well, to be fair to Lucknow, I think they had this cover because they had actually picked Mark Wood. But then he's not available, so Chamira comes in, and Andrew Ty was his replacement. They gave actually Ty a few opportunities.
Couple
He
of
wasn't
games,
bad. He wasn't bad, but really not as good as what Mark would have made this team look like. Again, maybe Marcus Stoinis maybe could be utilized a bit more with the ball, but I don't know how much.
threadbare in the Indian pacer department, because if Avesh gets injured, the next name
Yeah.
which pops is Ankit Rajput, who's
Yeah.
been very mixed in the IPL to say the
No,
least.
but then you've got Aman Khan and so many of
Mohsin might step
Akash
up.
Deep and every team is playing a lot of Indian fast bowlers, unknown quantity.
You'd have to-
Wait,
yeah.
didn't Lucknow
They are
even
lucky
pick,
in that way.
Yeah, didn't Lucknow pick even Blessing Muzrabani?
I don't recall. Honestly.
No, they got him. That was misreported. They actually
Oh.
got him for the nets. So he's bowling in the nets. He's not part of the
Oh,
squad.
damn, that's sad. Pretty good death bowler though, if you want as an
Yes.
option.
But again,
So that's
They
the
could
thing.
only pick
But
one, so they
let
went
me
with
just
Ty.
give a bit of a trivia for Mumbai Indians when it comes to new teams. I think they're playing LSG for the first time, right? They have already played GT.
So, like,
Mumbai haven't played GT, I guess.
I
GT
don't
and
think
LSG
they have.
now.
I don't think they have.
Okay, a bit of trivia. Whenever Mumbai plays a new team, say for example KTK, Kochi Tuskers, Sahara Pune Warriors, and even RPS and GL, their record is not that good. In 2017, they lost 3 out of 4 games against Lucknow, against Rising Pune Supergiant. They only won the final. Against KTK, when Tendulkar hit that 100, they lost that game.
Oh, yes. Right.
Against Gujarat Lions, they barely survived because Bumrah bailed them out in the super over. So, whenever they play a new team, Mumbai Indians don't get off well.
Yeah. And they're already in a bit of a...
They're already in a bit of a soup at this
what's
point
a
in time.
circuit breaker in an auction?
The circuit breaker is the upper minimum limit. So, for example, if 17 crores has been Virat Kohli and MS Dhoni bought, you can't go beyond 17.5.
So isn't there a circuit breaker already in place? No.
No,
Not
the
in
circuit breaker was there till the 2010-11 auctions when they were bidding in dollars.
No, because Vishesh Davar has this question.
Okay.
Would it be better to keep a circuit breaker in auction to avoid unnecessary pressure on players as well as to avoid such senseless buy? But even if you had a circuit breaker, that would be at 17.
Yeah.
There's nobody who went for over that.
KL
So
Rahul,
it wouldn't have-
Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, where all the guys
Yeah.
went the 16, 17.
Ashish, just to answer
the
that.
record even now for IPL is more still. So that's 16.
16.25.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think all teams exhausted their purse.
No.
They still had money left in the
Correct,
purse. So
yeah.
in that sense, there have been a few expensive buys, yes,
Yes.
but senseless, that's subjective. So I don't know how you're looking at it. If you've not exhausted your purse and that much money is allowed, then so be it.
The guys who've done about 10 crores and above, I think very few have managed to set the IPL on fire.
Yeah.
Gautam Gambhir did it well. Then there was Jaydev in one season and
RPS season.
Stokes one season. Apart from that, none of the guys who been purchased were very high buy. I'm excluding the likes of Kohli, Rohit because they were always there.
Pretty much.
So they haven't set the IPL on fire.
As Parth Gulati points out, that because we were looking at how many debutants for Mumbai,
Yeah.
and it does seem a lot when we counted 11, but also gave you this fact that because it was a big auction, a lot of teams would have debutant,
Yeah.
and as Parth Gulati points out, that GT, LSG have more debutants than Mumbai Indians there because they have
have
brand new teams.
obviously
So
played.
great sense of humor, Parth.
Good one.
I know. Chennai have the least. KKR also have the least.
Yeah, there's been very few. Like I think both teams actually managed to retain their
Yeah.
core.
Even Delhi also, I think, not many debutants.
Delhi would have a few because they did lose some key players here or there.
Yeah, Warner actually not a
Warner is
debut.
not a debut, no.
Delhi
played for
Daredevils.
He's played for the Daredevils.
No, but again, it's the Capitals.
It's the
Capitals.
same franchise, exact same franchise. It's not like the Deccan Chargers and Sunrisers.
But, well, they've had a change of ownership in the sense it was one complete owner, now 50-50. So,
Yeah.
and the management changed. They changed their name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So debut.
Debut, yes.
Okay, Nazmul Hussain, I'll answer your question in precisely one word. Can India drop one of them, Virat Kohli, KL and Rohit in the coming World Cup? No.
No.
We've
So
answered that
one
so
word
many times.
answer. I think that's the shortest it's taken me to answer.
I know.
Virendra Singh Rathore is asking, Nikhil sir, why can't Mumbai Indian go with Tim David? If the management don't see any potential, then why they went with him in the auction? Virendra, that's exactly what we've been debating. That if you didn't have enough faith in his abilities, then why is it that you pitched that much? I could have understood that he played 5 or 6 games and not done well, and then you went for, replaced him with someone else. But you didn't do it. You have actually shown a little bit more faith in who did they get? Anmol
Preet.
Yeah, he's also not part of the team. So, few games and then he goes out. But if you've paid that kind of money, and it's surprising coming from Mumbai Indians, because this is one of those franchises that tend to, have faith in their players, give them a longer rope.
Not just that,
Didn't
they tend to
quite do
scout
it.
players really quick. So I don't think it's a
Yeah.
case of them getting swayed by his reputation. So if you have to put it that way. As someone
Yeah,
who's
but
a,
I mean, in case of Tim David, it's not that they scouted.
no,
for
but they would
him.
have
I
at least
mean,
done some research, data analysis.
yeah,
There's
but
a lot
he
of
was
things
out
you
in
could
the
have
open. He
done.
played for RCB. So
True.
their scouting is great because they bring these unknown quantities which
Quantities,
nobody
yeah,
has
yeah.
seen. But Tim David already played in other
They needed to be showing more faith
franchises.
with him.
If Murugan
And he's
Ashwin
played
is
for
struggling,
RCB.
if Murugan Ashwin was struggling, why couldn't they have given Mayank Markandeya a chance? He was a star in 2018.
Yeah,
But he had the short end of the rope in RR, didn't play him at all. Now he's not getting a game for Mumbai.
Actually, honestly, when I saw their leg spin options, I did think they would start with Markandeya over
Yeah.
Murugan.
So Sarat Chandra is saying, sir, I'm a Hyderabadi, as you were saying about his name, Bengali and
Yeah. See,
got one right.
Sarat Chandra, because of his poems and his stories, he's a legend in the field of literature. The last name is a typical Hyderabad Andhra rock star.
Yeah, well,
name.
the name can be like,
Yeah. What's
writers
in
are
the name?
famous everywhere.
What's in a name? As Victor Shakespeare or William Shakespeare said. No, that was a pun. Victor Shakespeare.
And the literature student in me is very annoyed.
No, that was a pun.
That was a deliberate.
Yeah, it was a deliberate
Yes.
pun. But you must be enjoying Sarat Chandra with your team SRH, if you support SRH, that is, doing very well. So today is the weekend. Have some good Hyderabadi biryani since you are from Hyderabad, and enjoy some good cricket, even though your team isn't playing today.
They are playing tomorrow, though, I think.
Yeah, they actually have a very quick turnaround. They're playing tomorrow.
Again, Natani has a comment for you.
Huh?
India versus Australia 2013, last 7-match ODI series. What a series it was.
Oh, yeah. 2 were washed out.
Oh, right.
2 were, that's why it was 3-2. The scoreline was 3-2.
So technically, then the last one is still properly, fully finished would be that one which we were telling.
Fully finished
2002.
was 2002. Yeah.
Karthik M is pointing out ex-players performing well against former franchises may not be emotional, but could be batters, bowlers having played a lot in the nets with their former teammates.
You saw how Rahul Tripathi was taking on Chakravarti like he's a nobody. And you could tell that it came from an experience of knowing how to play the guy. So that's another thing which, people
lot of
don't
net
discount.
sessions.
Yeah,
imagine.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, then it can work the other way. The bowler may also know the weakness.
It does happen a lot. So
Yeah.
it goes either way. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Sahil GC from Nepal. How are you, Sahil? He says, who is better player, Kohli or ABD?
Aha.
Take my question, please. Love from Nepal. Love back at you.
love
Love
back
back
at you,
at
but
you, yes.
my God, that question.
Okay, I will just say both
Virat.
are great.
Yeah.
Both are great. There can't be a comparison. Who's the greater one? No.
Virat.
Both are great.
They ask you to pick one. You're sitting
Pick
on the fence.
one. Okay, then if that is the case, because of sheer impact, Virat.
Virat, yeah.
Yeah, even I'll pick Virat.
Same.
Test cricket because Test cricket.
As an all format player,
Cross
yeah.
formats.
Yeah, it is a
Virat.
cross format.
Virat. Although ABD is a genius.
No, he is absolutely. You know, I asked Virat this question, and he said, both of them. I interviewed the two of them together,
Wow.
AB de Villiers and Virat, and Virat's own assessment was that. Because he likes Ronaldo and ABD Messi. So he says there's a reason because he said I'm more like Ronaldo and he's more like Messi. Why?
I agree,
Because he says I've had to work hard to achieve whatever like Ronaldo has to. He said weren't born with such gifted skills or talent.
Correct.
So he said you have to work really hard to be at that level. So which is what Ronaldo did and which is what I see myself. Virat said that I work really hard to get to where I am. He says people like ABD and Messi were like, not that they don't work hard, but they're also God gifted
They're
in
genius.
the sense. Yeah,
They're
they're geniuses. They'll do things which like you'll have your mouth open and you're like,
know.
how is this even possible? So that
AB,
is.
AB was that player for me when I watched.
What a
him.
I mean,
So that was a great comparison.
seriously, it
Very
was.
interesting
Seriously.
So we may not have
That
seen,
is on YouTube. You can check that.
we may not have seen Messi and Ronaldo play together in the football thing, but we got the cricket version of it.
Absolutely.
I know.
Absolutely. Yep.
We were just hoping that in that FIFA, when that draw was announced, we hoped that Argentina and Portugal.
No, wait, let them meet in the knockouts.
Ah,
Please let them meet in the
there's a
knockouts.
saying, what will be the one sporting event which will break the internet?
A final.
Final between Portugal and Argentina. Ronaldo versus Messi.
Oh dear God.
Again, even a Argentina-Brazil final. Can you imagine?
Oh, yes.
You don't look at the Latin America.
They will go mad.
The Copa America, that final which Messi was bossing, was also a very good match. People tend to and this is the thing I've noticed with a lot of fans, particularly ones who've grown up watching European football, is you will really very badly diss the South American nations.
Yeah.
And I don't get where it comes from because a lot of the cases their leagues are poorly run, finances are an issue.
Yeah.
You can't judge of the quality in that.
Yeah.
Of course, Europe is far superior in terms of because they're stable.
Yes.
So, but a lot of
I
South
was
American
like
talent-
praying if Brazil had beaten Germany by miracle in 2014
Yeah.
and Brazil Argentina and Argentina beating Brazil, there would have been riots.
Then it would have been.
Do you know what happened in that Football World Cup? Because we had a team from the organization that I work with. So when Argentina reached that final, they had taken over Brazil because they all came in
yes.
hordes from Argentina by their vans. So they set Copacabana beach in Rio.
Oh, yeah.
They had like pitched their tent because all of them come without any booking. There was no hotel or anything. They've got
yeah.
match tickets, or even if not match tickets, they just come to the country. So and Argentinians that way are very notorious for being a bit. I mean, bullies and
Yeah, they are.
and I've seen a few Argentina games in the football stadium, so they can be a bit notorious. Much like they carry the same reputation as English fans in Europe.
Yeah.
So what they did in Copacabana, they took over Copacabana and they were like showing the Brazilians, the people whose country it is, they're showing like no Brazilians allowed on Copacabana. They took over. That's how the Argentinians were.
Oh my
They were
God.
saying.
Oh.
Okay, Sarat Chandra is not a SRH fan. He's saying Mumbai Indian fan forever.
Oh my God.
Wow. See, this is the beauty of the IPL.
yeah.
Because you love a player, you watch him.
As I said,
wherever.
India ka tyohar. That's the thing.
Yes. That ODI series of 2013, again we got a comment saying Rohit and Virat at their peak, fire.
I know, seriously.
Fire hai.
When they were at the peak, we didn't appreciate it.
They didn't.
That is the worst part.
We took it for granted that Virat will do it. Rohit will do it.
And what was our thing? Oh, Rohit and Virat have an ego tussle. That spoiled the entire thing.
Yeah.
KL loves to play against
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians, what's your prediction for the score, guys? I also actually expecting a big one from KL because he's looked good. He's got 2 good knocks
Two
and
good
then they
knocks,
got 2 ducks, I think. Got out very cheaply.
Yeah, first
so,
ball.
Yeah, but
Anyway, today it's
that
his
can
100th
happen.
game in the IPL today. KL Rahul,
Fitting way to market would be to get another 100.
100. He does do well against the Mumbai Indians though.
Yeah.
So, yep.
100 always is a long shot.
Interesting comment from Babadate Karan, by the way. Next year, what if Ronaldo joins PSG with Mbappe bound for Real? Then you actually get to see it happen. It'll be an over-the-hill version of both of them, but sure.
Yeah, you could still see.
Vedant Sarode, why is IPL losing TRP from 33% to 28%?
Yeah, second week was down 28%.
Second week was 28%.
So it's not. It's a trend.
We have given you a lot of reasons for
Yeah.
it. Actually, that leads me. I shall do a detailed analysis on that. A video, separate video
We should.
on
Yep.
this. Maybe tomorrow, or today or tomorrow. So we'll do that separately.
Yes.
Dr. Vinod Kumar has a question. Sir, what is the role of Sachin Tendulkar in Mumbai Indians?
He's the mentor, right?
Yes, but what do you think? Well, let me tell you, he does play an active role. Huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like mentor is just like a brand ambassador. He's not. He does chip in with suggestions and he sits in the dugout. So he's not one of those mentors who's just there, sitting somewhere and just overlooking things. No, he does.
I think in the
chip
Mumbai
with
Punjab
suggestions.
game, he came out in the timeout and was advising Brevis.
Yeah,
Even
he does.
Gautam Gambhir is a mentor of now and he is on the field. During
Yeah.
matches
Yeah.
all day.
So different mentors do different. Kaushal Jha says, discuss IPL please. No, Kaushal, there is no fixed run order here. We discuss whatever is thrown at us, whatever
I know.
we think of, wherever the conversation takes us.
Now people have started sending you comments on football.
See?
See? Look at this.
Any prediction of who will score the first century of the season? I don't see Messi staying in PSG for another season. Yeah, that's a good shout. That is a good shout. But PSG are notoriously, terrible when it comes to selling players.
Yeah.
It's why I feel Mbappe actually ran down his contract.
Yeah.
It's because he knew they weren't selling him. They would demand such exorbitant fees. Like in the last summer, they turned down like a world record fee for Mbappe. They said we don't want the money. And to be fair, if you're funded by a state, do you need the money?
I want to take this question. Gaurav Sharma, again a regular watcher.
Yep.
Who do you think will score the first century in this season? But there's already been Butler's got one.
Butler scored, yeah.
Oh, I think he means Indian player.
Oh, KL.
KL today.
Yeah.
KL?
Today.
If not today, then KL.
Yeah, actually, I'll also pick KL.
I'll have to go with KL because the other guys are just not firing.
We're all hedging our very safe
Yeah,
bets.
it's a safe bet. It's a very safe bet.
He generally, and he has a habit of getting a century here or there.
Yeah, he does. Okay, but if a dark horse, if you may want, Shubman Gill.
Actually,
He's missed out on 2 centuries, yes.
and he's looking good.
He is looking good. So,
Another dark horse potentially if SRH is this thing, Rahul Tripathi could very well get a century.
Yes.
Could have got it yesterday.
Hardik was also looking good.
87.
87.
But Gill has reached twice there.
Twice,
He reached 96,
Yeah.
Austin Kuna, we can't answer your question today. He says he loves our shows. He
Thanks.
watches us
Thank
very
you.
often, but says
Yes.
top 5 greatest batters of all time across formats.
Jesus.
Will take a long time, but I'll take your picks. He has picked Sachin, Virat, Ponting, Gale, and Sangakkara. Good shot.
All good shows.
Yeah.
All
so-
superb,
You know,
yes.
this could be Cricket Sharks episode 2. It's a very interesting show.
Yes, we
Yeah,
could do
cricket
it.
sharks, yes.
But we can't pick 5. We'll have
We
to go
pick
with
3
one.
or one. We
One.
pick two
One.
also.
One.
Yeah,
One.
one. Good God. One.
Akshay Beshandar is saying, bye bye guys. He wants to watch KL Rahul. So do we all. So quick predictions.
Lucknow making 190. 190 and Mumbai Indians breaking the jinx today.
Interesting.
Big shout.
I'm going with Lucknow getting. I was also going to pick 190. You already picked it.
Okay,
I'll
I'll
go with 195 then.
Okay, he's been getting the score spot on.
Yeah,
so
and
yes.
I'm going to take a.
95.
I'm going to take a leaf out of his book and predict randomer numbers. So I said they'll make 183 and LSG are winning.
Nice.
183.
Good. 183.
Nice.
The 83 World Cup, 183. What a
183,
number for
yeah.
Indian cricket he's picked.
Tilak Verma is opening the bowling.
Ah, that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, at least good. They're doing something different. And that's what I wanted
Decock,
Mumbai
I think, to
Indians.
counter the Decock
Yeah.
of spins.
Ah, right.
3 balls, then we'll end this session.
And then maybe this is because also of we keep saying that the batsmen know the bowlers. Maybe this is the local know-how that the Mumbai Indian team has of Quinton de Kock as well.
Yeah.
And so that's why they've
Also,
gone
we
with.
were getting comments for watch-alongs because the Tuck team did one.
No, we
People
can't
loved
do it on YouTube.
No, we
It's
can't
not
do it on
allowed.
YouTube.
No,
Yeah.
we cannot.
We cannot.
It's
Only they can do it on sports app.
on an app
On an
you
app,
can do it,
yeah.
on a website you can do it, but you can't do it on YouTube.
YouTube, we can't. Yes.
Yes.
So Hardik will make 100 and also he'll win orange cap. Chetan Paul's Gade.
Oh, interesting.
Chetan, we marked your comment. If that happens,
Yes.
My God.
shout out to you.
Yeah.
Okay, see you. We'll see you in the middle of the
Middle.
innings.